This is Ben Ellison, electronics editor of Power Motor Yacht magazine. This morning I'm on my test vessel off my home port at Camden, Maine, and we're going to check out Navionics' new gold format electronic charts. To do so, I've got three plotters mounted on board, a Lowrance 10¼ inch here, a Raymarine RC635 6-inch plotter, and I've even got a little Magellan handheld plotter. All of them are running Navionics Gold. There's beautiful Camden in the distance, behind what appears to be a wide open harbor entrance. But in fact, it's high tide, and directly ahead of us are a set of ledges lurking just beneath the water's surface. We really should look at a good chart before we enter the harbor. Navionics Gold charts are as easy to read as a paper chart. The shallow water is shaded in blue. The land is filled in a strong gold color. The navigation aids appear to be what they really are: green cans, red nuns. Even bells and gong buoys have an icon on them indicating what they are. As we zoom in, you can also see that ledge. And you can see, in fact, that there are two buoyed channels into Camden Harbor. Just stay off those ledges in the middle. Zooming in further, you can see, again, the clarity of these charts. Very clean presentation. And these are not actually paper charts, of course, they're vector charts, and that means they're capable of some interesting tricks. Like here's one having to do with that blue shading of shallow water. What I'm going to do here is change the safety contour from 5 meters, about 30 feet, to 10 meters. Watch in the background there. You see that change? The bottom is now shaded out to about 60 feet. Here I've zoomed out and turned on chart borders to show you a feature called seamless cartography. We're going to zoom in right where the edge of that 1 to 20,000 scale harbor chart meets a 1 to 40,000 regular chart. You can see there's no apparent difference on the Navionics chart. But look here, here are the raster charts shown on a PC program quilted together, and you can see there are discontinuities between the contour lines. The spot soundings are in different scales and densities and so forth. Here on the Navionics chart, it's a very clean presentation. You will see on other electronic charts, they don't do as good a job here where charts meet. Navionics Gold charts come with tide and current predictions, and the Lowrance did a particularly good job of displaying them. Of the three machines, it was the only one that at a certain zoom level showed a live icon indicating the exact state of the tide at this moment. All three of the plotters would show a complete graphic tide prediction. Another feature of Gold charts is what Navionics calls explain technology. See that pop-up window? It not only tells you that that's a red and white bell, but also that it's a safe water buoy, meaning there's plenty of water around it so you can find it out there in the fog and then make your entrance into the harbor. Interestingly, this feature was executed in different ways on all three of the plotters. Look at it here on the Raymarine plotter, what a good explanation of the light on Curtis Island is. Here we see it on the Magellan handheld plotter. The information is naturally much more succinct. The point here, and I've seen this across the industry, is that the same electronic charts do not look and act exactly the same on every plotter. The chart maker builds in various capabilities, but the plotter maker has a lot to do with what you finally see. Here's another example on the RC635, which has a contour control I didn't see elsewhere. You see I can set them all to off, or just contours to 5 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters. Here I'm going to set it to 10, and you'll see that it's an easier to read chart that way. At first I tested the Gold charts on one of these easy to use XL size cards. With an XL, you get all the large and small area charts of a region the size of Maine, which is pretty large. At about $200, I thought of it as quite a fair trade. But now Navionics has introduced XL3 size cards, and I tried one of those. I found I had every chart from the Canadian border to the Hudson River on the same little card, and amazingly at the same price. Here I'm zooming into New York Harbor. Notice how the Gold charts never seem to cram too much data into any particular scale. Also notice as I zoom in how that current icon becomes real-time information on the Lorients. Here are examples of how this card covers every little harbor along the coast and also includes the offshore canyon bottom information that fishermen love. I'd say Navionics wants us all to do more cruising and/or fishing. I'll close with some views of Camden Inner Harbor, a place you should visit sometime. Just bring along and pay attention to some good charts like these from Navionics. Another example of what I think of as better boating through electronics.